Can they get it going? They've lost 7 of 9. They start Super Tuesday when we're done on SportsCenter. It's coming up next on ESPN.
For tonight's first game.
Frank McGuire Arena in Columbia. It is senior night. It is our final Super Tuesday of the year on ESPN, and we tip it off with a doubleheader that begins in the SEC. It's the Gamecocks against the Volunteers. And hi again, everybody. I'm Brad Nessler with Larry Conley. You know, Larry, a month ago, we're talking about a Tennessee team that's 5th in the nation. In fact, they got as high as number 4. Now they're just trying to survive. They did win over the weekend, but they've lost 5 of the last 6.
Brad, they've had a very difficult time. Jerry Green is not sure which club is going to show up each time they go out to play. Take a look at the numbers in that 5-game losing streak. It'll give you an idea of how difficult it's been. It hasn't been their offense that's been the problem. It's been their defense and shutting down other teams. This is a very high-potent offense. You know, and it's also a club, to borrow from a song, if you will, they've got the choice to either sit it out or dance. And Jerry Green's hoping they're going to dance.
Well, that's for sure. Everybody thinks they're going to be in the dance, but remember, they're 6 and 8 in the conference play right now, and they play a South Carolina team that has proven to be pretty dangerous. Georgia found that out over the weekend.
Yeah, but they've also lost 2 of their last 3 games, and the reason they have is because they haven't been able to hold on to leads. They lost to Ole Miss, and they lost to Arkansas with double-digit leads in the second half.
We saw them last Tuesday night with a 10-point lead with 3.5 to go. They let it slip away. They don't want to let this one slip away tonight at home as they meet the Volunteers when we come back.
Get every online advantage possible with CSFB Direct.
Carolina Coliseum, Frank McGuire Arena on Super Tuesday. Number 23, Tennessee against the Gamecocks of South Carolina. Jerry Green's club 19 and 9 on the season. As I said, those 6 and 8 in SEC play. He's in his 4th year as the head man of the Volunteers, and without a doubt, he's had some questions running through his mind the last few weeks as we take a look at the FedEx starting lineups. Harris and Higgins in the backcourt, Slay and Victor up front, and Vincent Yarbrough is their leading scorer and rebounder, averaging 16 points per game in Southeastern Conference play. And for Eddie Fogler, other 2 officials, and on senior night and Super Tuesday, we're underway in Columbia.
Tennessee opens up in a man-to-man defense. Something they need to work on. They're the best scoring team in the SEC and the worst at giving up points.
Here's Kitchens kicking outside to Bradley. They work it around the perimeter. And back inside they go, and Slay's going to have an early one. The freshman last week and had the game of his life. And we'll see him early and often in South Carolina lineup. Here's Kitchens again. They're going right after Slay. A little mismatch there.
Yeah, that's not a good match for Slay because Kitchens has got about 10 or 15 pounds on him and about 4 inches.
Yep. Isaiah Victor glides in the paint. Rebound off to Tennessee, and a foul as Higgins was trying to come down with the ball. It's going to be on Kitchens. Higgins into Slay, and he immediately draws a double team, and Ross, the senior, comes up with a steal.
That might have been a walk. No, they got a foul.
Donato emphatically calling it. It might be on Slay again. It is on Slay, and he's got 2 early.
One had initiated that contact.
That could have gone either way. And Hathaway does check in as Slay picks up 2 fouls in less than a minute.
Nice job by Tony Harris to get over that screen. Well, they look at Kitchens again.
Now he's going to face a bigger man, though, against Hathaway. A little different approach, and Hathaway partially blocked the shot.
Good adjustment by Jerry Green that time. Go to the bigger guy inside.
Yarbrough from 17. Got the roll.
Boy, he's been playing well recently. 2 double-doubles in 2 of his last 3 games.
How about last week? 20 points. He didn't miss. 7 for 7 from the floor, 6 for 6 from the free throw line, and 10 rebounds in that win over Vandy over the weekend. That's what you call a perfect game. Or as close to perfect as you'll get. Grant gave up a 3, and he's a good 3-point shooter. Lucas. Nice dish to Kitchens down low. The extra pass to Ross. Hey, maybe one too many passes, but Bradley outside, rimmed out a 3.
You know what? I think that shot blocking ability of Tennessee may have had an effect on South Carolina. When you go over the scouting report, you're told about Tennessee's shot blocking ability, and it is formidable.
And they lead the conference in that capacity. Hayslip, one of their reserves, has 40 block shots, so that tells you how adept they are. There's a walk from Victor. Wheels started to wobble, and then they almost fell off the Volunteer bandwagon as they lost 5 straight, but have rebounded now with a win by 8 over Vanderbilt over the weekend. And they seem to be starting to put it back together. But look at where they were in mid-January. And now they're fighting to stay in the top 25, and they're number 23 in the ESPN USA Today coaches poll. They have fallen out of the Associated Press poll, as a matter of fact. Good RPI, though, in a tough conference and all the rest, so everybody expects them to make the tournament, but that 6-8 mark in the conference doesn't look too great, actually.
Well, I think the problem they're going to have is where they're going to seed them. The committee's got a difficult decision with this club.
Kitchings tried the left hand again. This time it's off the mark. Victor with a rebound and ahead to Yarbrough. Hathaway wants it down low. And he didn't get a touch.
Pretty good matchup of point guards right there. Lucas against Harris.
I think Hathaway just let Yarbrough know that he wanted the ball down low and didn't get a touch. Rebound off to South Carolina. The Provicius who just checked in with a board. Carolina only 1 for 4 from the field. In a low-scoring tie game early, 2-2. The Provicius had a big weekend. He'll kick outside Antonio Grant. Well, that 3 was halfway home, and it rattled out.
Yarborough with another good rebound. Watch that quickness. Good pass to Harris.
Tony Harris for 3. Short. And back come the Gamecocks. Nobody can find it right now.
A lot of execution and no results.
Bradley with the left hand. Jamal couldn't get it to drop either. And Jerry Green wants a quick timeout right here. So 16:03 to go. Opening half tied at 2. Thinking about Tennessee's downfall, if you will. And Ron Slay, never one to be bashful, with a quote said in Sports Illustrated last week. In the first 30 minutes of the game, everybody's basically worrying about himself. And then in the last 10 minutes, everybody's looking at the clock like, damn, we're losing. Well, his coach, Jerry Green, had some comments about his forwards. Quote.
The big thing is we were giving up a lot of points and then trying to overcome that with our offense. And it's rededicating ourselves to the fundamentals of basic defense.
Ron probably ran some gassers that next day, too. You never know, but...
Well, you know, the problem right now, and I think Jerry Green may have hit on exactly what it was from a coach's standpoint.
You talked about in the open defense.
Yeah, their defense has been their problem. Yeah. They can score. I mean, that's not been the problem. They've got a great offensive club. Their problem is shutting other people down. I mean, they rank 12th in the Southeastern Conference in giving up points, which is last in this league.
Here's Higgins. Drops a 3 in.
I tell you what, that's the one guy on this club that has been consistently good all year long.
I don't know why he doesn't shoot more, to be honest with you. That's his 46th three-pointer. Every time I do Tennessee, I wonder why he doesn't try to do more offensively.
Well, he's shooting 47% from three-point range, which ranks first in this category in the league.
And yet he doesn't take that many shots. He's only averaging 6.6 points a game. Grant packing it right back into Orlando Howell. He's doubled. Petrovicius in the paint, and it's stripped by Higgins. 4 on the shot clock. Grant better take one. He does. Missed the 3. Petrovicius, tough offensive rebound. He's got a chance for it.
I like everybody either plays their way into the tournament or they play themselves out of the tournament. I think that's the beauty of going into this last week of February and the first couple of weeks of March.
And of course, championship week is on ESPN next week, as always. Fogler's troops last year, 15 and 17. They had 13 losses to top 20 teams, so some heartbreakers. This year, they have a better record in conference so far. They're looking for their 15th win tonight.
Gamecocks back into a 2-3 zone. They're going to try to pack it in and make Tennessee beat them outside.
Higgins and Harris, the best outside shooters on the court right now for the Volunteers. Nice defense. The ball never changed hands. 18 seconds on the shot clock. Dangerous inbounds pass. Tony Harris had it stripped. And a turnover.
Good job inside defensively that time by Michael Boynton.
Boynton and Lucas the backcourt now with Grant and Petrovicius and Howell up front. Here's Howell. Nice hook shot.
What a nice, strong power move. You know what? Looking up there, and Isaiah Victor's with him every step of the way, got his arm up, defended him as well as he could, and still was able to get it in.
I think Howe's going to be a good one. He's already a good one. I think he might be a lot better than that before he's done.
South Carolina keeps changing defenses now. They've gone back to a man-to-man.
Here's Victor. Nice spin in the paint. And he's fouled by Howell.
Victor giving Howell a little bit of his own medicine right there, except he was a little bit further away from the basket, putting it on the floor.
Good looking spin to get inside. Right there. He got away with a little elbow too, but he did get a bump, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Let's go back and take a look. Well, Brad, he really started off this year. I mean, like, as good a player as I saw in November and December, Isaiah Victor was as good as anybody.
Everybody thought he was on his way to being maybe a first or second team All-American. And like the team, he came back to earth. Carolina holds a 2-point lead after 2 missed free throws.
There were a lot of people that felt this South Carolina team would finish in the upper division of this Eastern division of the Southeastern Conference, but was not to be after Chuck Gibson went down with his injury. Never been able to come back.
Yeah. 3 on the shot clock. Got to hurry. Ross, 1 extra pass. Too many. Hathaway blocked the shot. And that's a shot clock violation.
Good
defense. The block, though.
That was excellent defense by the Volunteers.
1 too many passes that time on the left wing down to the baseline, and Hathaway comes up with his 41st block shot, or at least a partial there, and it gives Tennessee a chance to tie it again. Yarbrough, nice floater.
He is such a good player. Complete player, too. I mean, on both ends.
And a battle on the baseline. Howell trying to get through. He comes out to pick up Ross. Bradley's a great 3-point shooter. He has not been pulling the trigger as often as he was earlier in the year. Now, strong move. Didn't get it to drop, but a good-looking move to the paint. Tennessee can take the lead with 12.5 to go first half. Brad Nessler, Larry Conley, and our ESPN crew at Frank McGuire Arena in Columbia. Tony Harris on a fader. Hathaway all alone for the rebound. Yarbrough, quick first step. Ran into Kitchings. Kitchings swatted it out of there.
Tony Kitchings, terrific block. 27th of the year. Boynton wants to go.
Take it. Back of the rim, and Higgins on the rebound.
Both these clubs can't find the basket right now.
No, they can't. Higgins gave one up, but Tony Harris is wide open.
How about that job by Higgins? He drew everybody over to him. I think that 3-point shot he made earlier drew the defense. When he got it over there, everybody was there. He dropped it into Harris's lap.
Tony's 50th of the year outside the arc. He's moving up the career charts at Tennessee in that capacity. 3-point Tennessee lead matches their biggest edge so far in a game that's been tied several times. Kitchings just got one in the back of the head from somebody, and there was no foul call.
It was Hathaway. Hathaway just slapped him in the head.
And if Hathaway hits you, you know it. Bradley, finger roll. Second effort.
How about that for a tip in? Two-handed on the floor. Not often you see a guy tip the ball in, and he doesn't even leave the pines.
Yarbrough tried from long range. Howell chases it down on the baseline.
Howell just outran Haislip. Haislip sort of lost the ball.
Nice entry pass to Kitchings. And he's got it blocked off the glass, and the fans want goaltending. They don't get it. Harris off the mark with a 3. Higgins. The dish underneath and a foul. You don't see him getting away with knocking one off the glass very often to not be a goaltending call, and that's what Yarbrough got on the other end.
Once again, John Higgins drawing the defense and dropping off a good pass.
So Hayslip's going to go to the line for 2.
You know, Brad, you and I through the years have watched a lot of college basketball games, and when you see teams going well, you can usually point to 2 or 3 players, but when things are going bad, I mean, everybody points fingers.
That's right.
You know, I mean, it's not just one guy. I mean, it's got to be a combination of factors. This Tennessee team has gone through everything. I mean, they've had team meetings without coaches. They've had team meetings with coaches. They've had outside consultants. They've had outside motivating speakers. I mean, it's everything to try to get this club going in the right direction.
Byron Samuels, one of the assistant coaches, and an excellent assistant, came over and talked to us before the game about Tennessee looking too far ahead when things were going well at the beginning of the season and having visions of grandeur about Final Fours and NBA careers and all the rest. They seem to have refocused. They've got the lead here by 3. By 3, almost the midway point of the first half as you look at Big Charles Hathaway, and we title this one Upside Your Head. Watch the replay from a couple of minutes ago.
Go back and take a look here now. Watch Kitchings catch the basketball. Now he's got it. I want you to look what happens right here around his head. All right, watch Charles Hathaway whack him on the noggin. Boom. He turned around, looked at the referee in the corner, says, "Why isn't that a foul?"
At least he was swinging at the ball. I thought he just hit him in the head for the heck of it. That was what drew the reaction from the fans. Big Charles, when he hits you upside the head, you know you've been hit, too. He's 6'10", about 270 pounds. Tony's not small. He's 6'10", 260. So a game that has had several lead changes. And we've been tied 3 times, and right now it's Tennessee by 3 as we approach 10 minutes first half.
Volunteers with a little bit of pressure that time. You think maybe they got the game tape of Arkansas?
That could be. Arkansas's last 3 minutes and 36 seconds was pretty remarkable here last Tuesday night. Carolina's only 4 for 14 from the floor right now, and Antonio Grant heard me and knocked it home.
To make it 5 for 15.
I can do the math on that one a lot better. Woods is out on the floor right now, so it's a different backcourt for Tennessee. Here he is on the baseline. Lucas knocked it away and knocked it off Woods.
Seemed to be showing any wear with that problem with that foot that he had against Georgia on Saturday.
Lob underneath the Kitchens. Tough catch. And he had a little bit too much on it. Here comes Harris Walker, and he just misdribbled, and Antonio Grant takes that one the other way. So back-to-back turnovers against the Volunteers. 5 for the game. And let's see if Carolina can capitalize to regain the lead. Lucas for 3. Too strong. Hayslip up high for the rebound.
Nice block out by Hayslip. That time on Petrovic. He wouldn't let him near the basket. Another turnover for Tennessee.
3 straight. Lucas back to Bradley on a trailer.
Petrovic. What a pass by Bradley. It's a beautiful thing when it works.
Good looking teamwork that time. And it's the Gamecocks by 1. Crowd starting to get into it. On the baseline, almost turned over again as Walker was out of control. Higgins says, let's calm down, guys. Walker. Off the glass.
Did he bang that? Are you serious?
I don't think he called that one.
I mean, the angle he was at, I couldn't believe that ball went off the glass.
Antonio Grant drops in his second one in his many trips.
Brad, how did he do that?
That was a gift from above. And I don't mean the top of Frank McGuire Arena. That angle has no business going in. And again, Walker dribbles off his own foot. He's had 2 turnovers without anybody touching him. Tennessee trailing with 7:57 to go in the first half. I want to show you that shot again. This one's called 2-ball side pocket.
Again, Walker on the baseline right there. I want you to look at this angle. Now, hold it right there. The ball goes all the way up to here and then comes down. I mean, that is an incredible shot. Watch this. Way up off the glass. I don't think I've ever seen a shot go up that high. Terrence Woods making the basket in an impossible angle.
Another 2 inches, that thing would have gone over the shot clock. 3 ties, 6 lead changes in this one so far. And it's the Gamecocks right now by 1.
Look, that's a horse shot. You call it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You can't
got
make
no
that.
shot at it. Antonio Grant's hit his last two. He decided to give up a three.
Good screen by Ross underneath. They're trying to get it to Howe.
Grant had an opening again and gave it up. 8 on the shot clock. Bradley. Oh, lost the handle going up, but he got a follow from Howe.
You got to be able to block out the guys that can rebound. Nobody there to get Howe, and he simply just very easily floated up there on the miss by Bradley.
First time Carolina's led by as many as 3. Yarbrough found a crease. That's all he needs.
How about the little hesitation right there at the top of the circle and another gear going down the lane?
Yeah, he's got a quick step. They run Bradley around a pick. Howe wants it down low against Hayslip and gets it. Backs in and drew a foul. Six and a half to play. First half. Tony Harris been pretty quiet. 1 3-pointer. That's 8 turnovers. Only 1 against the opposition.
But you know what it is? It's a little inattention to details.
Yeah, they just don't seem to stay focused at times. Because when they're on and all gears are hitting, they're pretty scary. Kitchens triple team. Had it blocked by Hathaway. Nice job defensively by Big Charles.
One of 4 Tennessee Volunteers that rank in the top 10 in the Southeastern Conference in block shots.
Slay got it to Yarbrough on the back door, but he missed the jumper. Here comes South Carolina.
This game has developed into a half-court game. There's very little transition on either club.
I don't know if we've had any fast break points, have we?
Travis is wide open underneath, and Boynton didn't get him the ball.
And Grant got him.
I've seen that this year.
Yeah. He doesn't want to see it again either. I can guarantee you that. He's got his mom here and all kinds of family for senior night, and he's had a good game so far until that one. Yarbrough inside. Hathaway trying to muscle Petrovicius. Here's Slay.
Nice help by Petrovicius that time when Kitchens went down.
Yarbrough again, that quick move, and got himself open on the baseline. Missed the shot. Grant and Bradley will try to run. Antonio behind the back and got it. Grindstaff. Oh, there's a big shot. That's the way to answer it.
Nice job coming off of the bench right there. Grindstaff needed one. Helped this club.
2-point game. Things calm down again a little bit as Bradley will bring it up. Grant. Petrovicius quick move, but he ran into Hathaway. Point, a little push pass. Kitchens tried to hook it around at Petrovicius, and he threw it away. It's only the second South Carolina turnover.
Not much passing room down in that area.
Slay's pretty good down there. And got double team. And he got his headband pulled down over his eyes. Antonio Grant's going to be called for the foul.
That's one way to guard a guy. Just pull the headband down over his eyes.
Absolutely.
He can't see.
It's a built-in blindfold. Higgins will come back into the lineup.
Grindstaff did his job. He came off the bench, played 1 minute, nailed the 3.
So the inbound will come on the baseline as we're still not over the limit. That was only the 4th team foul in South Carolina.
Gamecocks in a 2-3 zone. This is what they do coming out of an out-of-bounds play.
Yarbrough again. Man, that move. He's got some shake. He's got 8. And we're tied again.
It's a pretty floater, isn't it?
Yep. It's his best move. And it's been Tennessee's best offense tonight so far. Double team on Petrovicius. That leaves Ross open. He's going to take the 3. Isaiah Victor will clear the glass, and Tennessee can lead if they score. 3:20 left first half. Andre Patillo blows a whistle on the baseline. Al picks up his second.
Try to go back and take a look at Ron Slade right here. When you got a guy who's got an open hand and he's calling for the basketball, that means he's ready to receive it. Rolando Howell came from the backside and fouled him.
Tie game, 21 apiece on senior night. Antonio Grant doing his thing. It's sign night as well here at Frank McGuire Arena.
Certainly T-shirt night.
Yeah, South Carolina and Tennessee tied at 21. Neither team exactly lighting it up, especially South Carolina, 9 out of 24, and they haven't hit a three-pointer yet. But they've done a nice job on the boards and gotten some second chances, and Tennessee's had 8 turnovers.
Gamecocks right there, 0 of 6, and of course the 8 turnovers right there is what's killing Tennessee.
Yarbrough, the leading scorer in the ball game with 8. Antonio Grant's got 6 for South Carolina to lead the Gamecocks in scoring. Yarbrough coming off a perfect game of 7 for 7 from the floor, 6 for 6 from the free throw line against Vanderbilt over the weekend. And he sort of picked up where he left off here tonight. He's had some nice moves, especially those little running floaters from about 10 feet in the paint. Victor on the baseline, and he used glass, I believe.
Good ball reversal by Tennessee that time. They got the ball in the hands of Victor right on the baseline, and an easy one, and Tennessee comes right back with pressure.
That did not look like a shot that could go in off the glass either there. Ross around a pick on top. Kitchens did some nice things early, getting Slade at least to concentrate about getting in foul trouble. And now Kitchens finds himself with a tough catch down low, and he drew a foul from Isaiah Victor. Big fella pretty active down there tonight offensively. 3 points for Tony. It's Tennessee by 1. We got 2.5 left first half. Deuce down low. Bradley on a fadeaway. Yarbrough will clear it off the backside with 2 minutes left in the half. Tennessee by 1. Yarbrough. There it is again. Same maneuver, same result. Chance for a three-point play.
Brad, you're right. He does that about as well as anybody in college basketball. Getting the ball, getting into the lane, 6 feet, 8 feet out, floating through that lane area, and not having a defender anywhere around to stop him. Boy, he is really tough on that move.
First of all, you've got to be able to have a pretty good handle on the ball, and he's an excellent ball handler for his size. Then you have to be able to do that, and that's hang a little bit. And he drew the foul and a chance for a three-point play.
So if they ask him, what are you doing? Just hanging.
Just hanging. He's hung for 10 points and 3 rebounds. And he's got Antonio Grant seated because Eddie Fogler doesn't want Antonio to pick up a cheap third foul here in the last minute, 49 and a half. So 11-point first half for Yarbrough. And the lead goes out to 4 for Tennessee. That's the biggest edge they've had. Things have quieted at Frank McGuire Arena as Carolina had a 5-point lead of their own at 21-16, but it's been all Tennessee since. A 10-1 run. Petravic in the paint against Victor, a double team. Still got a decent shot away. Kitchens, second chance, third chance. Hathaway, no more chances.
I'll tell you, when he gets in, it's a vice. You can't get it out there.
Tony Harris has a notion out there. Got a pick and threw it away, trying to get it to hit.
Spot to double team him. Hathaway felt like he might have gotten more ball than arm.
Well, Charles probably had that one coming after the slap on Tony's header. 2. With Tennessee playing for the final shot if they choose. Well, maybe they won't. Yarbrough to Victor for an easy slam.
It's there. Take it. Don't wait 30 seconds for it. Go ahead and put it in.
That looked like transition. It basically came off a press that didn't work. First easy basket we've had tonight. Got Got to hurry now. Lucas, a lot of dribbling, but he did get an open shot and almost airballed it. And Tennessee touched it last. South Carolina thought it went out of bounds, and now Lucas limps up. Maybe that foot is bothering him a little bit, or maybe his feelings are hurt after that poor jump shot. I'm not sure which. And now we got a timeout. They're going to try to come up with an inbound play here with 2.9 remaining in the half.
Brad, you're right. I'm watching Aaron Lucas go back to the huddle, and he is
Throw to Victor for the easy one.
nicely done inside. I mean, he made Victor easily accessible, and a good pass down inside.
Nothing's come easy for either one of these teams tonight, and I think you're right. Tennessee's picked up the intensity defensively a lot more than we've seen in the last couple of weeks from them.
Well, but South Carolina, too, hasn't been able to shoot the basketball all year long. They have ranked last in the Southeastern Conference in shooting almost this entire year. They're still struggling with their shooting and their three-point shooting.
Lucas is heading to the locker room for an extra 3 seconds. They'll take a look at that foot. And we'll take a look at the inbounds play and see what they come up with. Boynton is the guy that'll inbound. On the baseline, he found Bradley for three. He got it! It's been a game to crow about or not, I'm not really sure, but the Gamecocks are only down by one. We just lost the chicken behind us. Brad Nessler and Larry Conley back, Frank McGuire Arena. If ever there was a game, and you said it earlier, that you could say the excellence of execution and still only have 55 points, it's this one. We had a lot of great passing, some pretty good defense, not a lot of points.
Well, we have a term for this. We call it a grinder, and that's what both of these clubs are doing it right now, are grinding it out. May I interest you in a couple of highlights?
Sure.
Let's go see. We'll take a look at what they've got. Of course, when you talk about South Carolina on the inside, Yarborough was the big man in the first half. He had 10 points. Nice move there going down the lane. Watch this pass right here from Yarborough to Victor. Well done. Good first half for Vincent Yarborough. 11 points, and that was his only assist, and he had 3 rebounds to go with those 11 points.
Tennessee actually warmed up to 52%. As you can see, South Carolina really struggling from the floor, but they hung in there pretty well in the rebounds and the second chance points. And then the big shot right before the first half horn sounded as Jamel Bradley hit the three-pointer, the only three-pointer of the first half for South Carolina, and cut it down to a one-point game. That's where we are as we head into the second stanza. There's been the man of the night so far, Yarborough, and we're underway second half from Columbia.
South Carolina's going to open up man-to-man, and Higgins almost lost the ball out of bounds. That would not be a very good start for the Volunteers.
Slay's going to take a baseline jumper. Antonio Grant will clear it.
Good pass, and he lost it.
We get word now from the South Carolina bench that Aaron Lucas is out for the rest of the game. So that foot that really wasn't giving him too many problems until late in the first half obviously is now. And he's out. So that's going to put more pressure on Michael Boynton for one.
Boynton played pretty well against Georgia the other day when Lucas went down.
Higgins for three. Got it.
You know what? I agree with you. You said this in the first half. Why doesn't Higgins shoot more?
I don't have any idea.
This guy can really scald the nets. He just doesn't get enough looks at the basket.
Both his field goals are three-pointers. He's given his team a 4-point lead. Antonio Grant, and it's swatted out of there by Yarborough. He used that behind-the-back move in the first half and scored off the glass, and this time Yarborough knew where he was heading.
Hazel Hathaway, Yarborough, and Victor, all 4 in the top 10 in the Southeastern Conference in blocked shots. Yarborough coming up with another one. That's his 35th of the year.
35 block shots and 34 three-pointers. I always look at that and say that's a pretty versatile player. And you can have as many threes as you have block shots. Kitchings thinking Slay was maybe going to get a hand on that. And a shot putting one up there and missed it. Yarborough on the other end rattled out a jumper. Early pace here is quickened in the opening minute of the second half. Kitchings spins inside. Yarborough just picked his pocket.
It's like a spinning top in there, and he spun right into Yarborough.
Slay gets it on the low block with a hook shot. And out of bounds.
I don't believe he scored, did he?
Nope.
Didn't have a point. Bradley with a nice look inside. And he lost it again. Kitchens for the second time gives it up.
3 quick turnovers, more than they had the entire first half here in the opening 2 minutes for South Carolina. Petrovicius again all alone for the rebound on the Slay miss.
Tennessee really shot the ball very well in the first half, over 50%, but they've started out a little cold here in the second half.
Travis is against Victor in the paint, and he missed in close. Gamecocks can't buy one so far.
Slay once again against Kitchens inside. Look at Yarborough. He almost lost it and got fouled.
And Antonio Grant's going to be the guilty party, and that's 3 on Grant.
Area down there. He turned it over a couple of times. Maybe he wanted to pass a message on, look, there are a couple of things you got to do when you get surrounded down there. Somebody's got to be open. Get the ball out of there.
Eddie didn't do it with a big smile on his face either when he sat out of there. Tennessee only 1 field goal this half so far. Now they've got 2, and it's the same guy. John Higgins, another 3. And now this one is in danger of kind of getting away from South Carolina. But unable to score in the second half, and they've seen Higgins knock down 2 triples.
Combine that with the fact that Aaron Lucas is now on the bench with an injury.
Oh, that's a big answer for Jamel Bradley. A big shot. Bradley's second 3-pointer. The first one was to end the first half. Petrovicius trying to hang in there with Victor. I think he walked with it. He did. Ross weaving through some traffic. Only 2 field goals for South Carolina in the last 8 minutes if you take it back to the end of the first half. Petrovicius, tough offensive board. Drew a foul from Beck.
German, English, and Russian.
And he can write all those languages as well. South Carolina. Petrovicius inside.
Whoa, what a block by Yarborough.
That is a 4th block shot tonight by Yarborough. And Tony Harris now limping. We got guards dropping like flies in this game. Look at this one.
Well, this is some block right here. Petrovicius goes up, and good help from the offside. That one went out a lot faster than it did coming in.
Boy, that's beautiful.
That's a terrific defensive play. Vincent Yarborough. Talked about his offensive abilities, but defensively, he's awfully good, too, as you just saw.
This forced Ross to throw it off Yarborough on front of the South Carolina bench. He couldn't get enough room. Trying to move his own teammates over there. Tennessee, we said, leading this conference with block shots. They're working on the right foot and ankle of Tony Harris. And South Carolina with the inbound play. It wasn't a piece of art, but they did get it in. Bradley. Nice kick out to Ross for 3. Rattled out. Here comes Harris Walker. To Slay behind the back. Good looking play. They didn't get it finished.
Pretty nice play. Boynton with a defensive play to slap it away down underneath. Otherwise, Tennessee would have had a layup.
15:51 remaining in the ball game. Tennessee in front. They almost got an easy 2 here, but Carolina got back on defense. To go in the ball game. Tennessee leading. That's my favorite fan when we come to Frank McGuire Arena. 34-31 Volunteers.
Left over from the 60s.
Mark, ESPN.com. Tony Harris, they're working on that ankle, retaping during the break. We'll see if he's back. Still doesn't have his shoe back on. So Walker takes his spot at the point.
Sometimes ankle sprains are just so difficult to heal. It takes them a long time.
And Walker in there for Tony Harris, drops it from the free throw line.
If he can continue to do that, they're not going to miss Harris very much.
No. And the lead goes to 5. Powell saved it.
Barely.
Barely. If he wasn't 6'9", that's a backcourt violation. 10 on the shot clock. Carolina sort of standing around right now. Bradley trying to find something, and all he found was a turnover.
Yeah, it was a good defensive effort that time by Tennessee. They really turned South Carolina inside out. They were trying to go in there, and they couldn't get the ball down in the paint area. Jerry Green should be very pleased with that possession by South Carolina because his defense looked awfully good.
South Carolina had only 2 turnovers in the first half, and now they've got 6. Whoa, Walker. What did Larry just say? They won't miss Tony Harris. If he hits offensively, just drops in a 3. And all of a sudden, the lead's the biggest of the night.
I really like these backup point guards for Tennessee, and I'm talking about Harris, Walker, and Terrence Woods.
Ross has an answer. The senior playing his final game at home. Drops in a triple. And a turnover. South Carolina trying to battle their way back in. And a foul, and then a little bump. Howell and Yarbrough bump after the fact. Yarbrough picks up the foul.
Jimmy Higgins said he pushed from behind just as Howell was going up for the layup.
Yeah, right now. Tim says, you know what? I see almost all of them. I didn't see that one.
Tim is saying, I'll keep an eye on it the next time.
That's right. I got them both. 8 points for the freshman. And the lead sliced down to 3, and the fans starting to get into it again.
Higgins walked off the screen.
He's the guy with 3 triples tonight. Yarbrough's the guy that had a big first half for Tennessee. Walker's been hot the last 3 trips down court.
Is he quick? I'm telling you, he gets into that defense so quickly.
He's hit 3 shots in a row. Grant looking to pack it to the post to Kitchens and just can't get it there. Hathaway doing a nice job defensively, as is Yarbrough on top. Bradley has an opening. Too strong. Yarbrough, 3-on-2 Tennessee. Walker, the push pass to Slay. And Slay had it stripped out of there by Boynton.
Tennessee may have let one get away right there. They had a chance, and South Carolina came back and kind of recovered themselves on defense. Look at Yarbrough grab that pass.
That wasn't a good pass. Excellent defensive play. 13 minutes left in the ball game. With Larry Conley and Brad Nessler from Frank McGuire Arena in Columbia. Ron Slay tried a 3. Higgins keeps it alive. And a whistle and a foul on Big Charles at the top.
They move this out of there. They kind of go by point guard by committee.
Backdoor cut by Bradley. A great pass by Boynton.
Nicely done. 2 guards with good communication that time.
That was your point guard by committee that you were talking about, and Boynton on a beautiful push bounce pass to Bradley. 3-point game again. Victor in the paint. A little bit short. Boynton and Howell come out of there with it. Both starting point guards out of the lineup with foot and ankle problems. And here's the 2 backups going one-on-one. Kitchens wants to back in, goes baseline and walk with it. Eddie Fogler trying to tell Andre Petillo who's still dribbling the ball. 6th turnover of this half for Carolina. They trail by 3. 1:38 Tennessee, 11:46 remaining. Carolina cut it down to 3 with the backdoor cut. He retaped, relaced, and he's coming back in. Meanwhile, Aaron Lucas on the other side, the starting point guard, has his shoe off, and he's not coming back in.
You know he'd love to be out there right now.
This game's a podiatrist's dream, Larry. 11:35 left in this SEC Super Tuesday matchup. Both teams 6 and 8 in conference play. They're going to improve their standing heading to the SEC tournament in Nashville. Higgins got another offensive rebound.
Somehow another, he finds a way to get to the ball.
He really does. Victor, tough catch and even better shot.
Well, the second time in a row, Victor went inside. That time he got Howell to commit the foul and get the basket.
Tennessee is still shooting over 50% for the game.
Watch it again. Nice dump down inside, and Victor makes the turn, and Howell just bumps him as he goes up for the shot.
Third foul on Rolando right there. And a chance for a three-point play for Isaiah Victor. That rim down, and Kitchings will clear it. See if South Carolina tries to get Rolando Howell involved offensively. He had a streak in the first half, but he's been pretty quiet since. And whistle and a foul on John Higgins.
Yeah, Higgins is going to pick one up. Bradley was trying to get around that screen, and he couldn't, man. He had a childhood accident where he lost 80% of his hearing, and they fitted him with some new hearing aids here, which allows him to hear much better now and shoot better.
Nothing wrong with his sight. It is a heck of a story. He's an engaging young fella, nice kid, and a great three-point shooter. That last one couldn't have come at a better time. That's the lead down to 2.
He's also been a big inspiration to a lot of deaf kids in the state. He spends a lot of time talking to those kids.
South Carolina can tie if they score. It'll be Jamel Bradley. And the rebound still loose. Tennessee comes up with it. Tony Harris drew a foul.
I'm not sure about that shot right there. He's going to get the foul, but there was really nowhere for him to go.
Jamel Bradley picks up the foul.
Watch Tony Harris right here, trying to weave his way through traffic. Once he gets down inside, really has nowhere to go. Fortunate to draw the foul.
And Tony will go to the free throw line, 77% on the year. In conference play coming into this one, and Tennessee trying to cling in that top 25 ranking after plummeting from number 4 back in January all the way to number 23 now. And they're trying to win their second in a row after losing 5 straight. But they're having their hands full with South Carolina. Midway point of the second half. Don't forget Michigan State, Wisconsin to follow us from the Big Ten. 3 officials we have tonight are not great lobbyists anyway. You might as well save your energy. Point. One-hand pass to Kitchings, leaves Antonio Grant wide open. And the rebound, Petrovic has got another offensive board. Harris scrambles out of there. Nice hustle on a bad wheel for Tony Harris to come up with a loose ball rebound. Victor, big mismatch in height with Bradley. Missed the fadeaway.
Hayslip didn't, though. Thomas just didn't do very well to try to keep him away from there, and Hayslip with an easy basket just kind of slid by him and got an easy basket off the backboard.
Boyd out of Grant Lowe. Triple team. Gotta hit the free throws when you're trying to get back in the game. They trail by 5. Tennessee under 9 minutes away from their 20th win of the season.
That would be 4 years in a row for Tennessee if they were to do that, too.
Hayslip drops in a triple. We just saw him work inside off the glass. The 6'10 sophomore takes it downtown, and it's an 8-point lead. And now South Carolina's got to find some offense pretty soon here. This has been the guy, Jamel Bradley. But Tennessee's well aware of that. They're not going to let him loose if they can help it. Point, he'll try a triple. Got it.
Well, that didn't look very pretty, but it went in. Looked like a knuckleball floating up there.
Michael Boyd. Keep the game manageable. Nice baseline move by Victor.
Oh, was that nice. Victor just schooled Petrovicius in whatever language you want.
Lead is 7 for Tennessee. Now, again a double team on the baseline. He's a little too strong, but Petrovicius has been camping out on that low block. He's looking for a foul and didn't get it. Fans are looking for 1-2. Hayslip again for 3. Got another one.
He's feeling it. That's a guy 6'10", sticking threes.
10-point lead. Now the question is, can the Gamecocks find something to come back with? We'll have a timeout to talk about it. 7 minutes, 9 seconds remaining in the ball game, and the Tennessee Volunteers have opened a 10-point lead. ABC this weekend, the big one in the ACC. Duke and Carolina ranked 2 and 4, and you'll see it all 3:30 Eastern on Sunday on ABC Sports. Harris and Bradley.
Well, that is the 17th foul, and now South Carolina goes to the line for the 1-and-1.
I never hear my wife when she's talking from behind. I know that much. I just let it go if it's not in front of me. 54-46. Carolina needs some defensive stops, or Tennessee will win its 20th game of the year. Still a ball game, though. 8-point game with less than 7 to go.
Harris trying to utilize a screen out here. Nobody coming out to help.
Hayslip probably shouldn't have taken that one. He says he was fouled. Larry Conley's giving me the same sign.
Yeah, I think he was. You don't shoot a ball 4 feet from 8 feet.
Kitchings lost it out of bounds.
Good slap away that time. Good defensive work down the inside by Yarborough.
And we've got a timeout with 6:34 remaining in the ball game. 54-46.
Pretty good idea here. I think Eddie Fogler has made a little bit of a comeback, only down 8. Get your club together, get them organized, and make sure you get a basket out of this trip.
Don't forget, coming up following our game, Will
Richardson. You think he's fast up and down the floor?
He's pretty special. Tennessee out of the inbound timeout, picking up their defensive intensity again. 6 on the shot clock. Wrap around pass to Howe. He went up without the ball. He got it back, though. Well, there's another rebound. Maybe just as well. If they can score a field goal here, they'll take it. Came up short, though. Pretty good move on the baseline. Hayslip and Slay there to double team it. Hayslip. Rebound off to Kitchens. No numbers there. Morton's going to have to pull up.
I'll tell you what, both of these clubs are awfully good in defensive transition.
Antonio Graham.
I'll tell you what, he can look as good and as bad on one play as any player I've ever seen.
That happened to be the good. Three cuts it to 5. And almost knocked away. It was by Bradley's in the open floor.
The defense got it for South Carolina. They're back within 3.
Timeout, Tennessee. Tennessee 6 block shots. Yarborough has got 4 of them. Hayslip off the bench has done a nice job, especially in this half. Jamel Bradley with that last layup now has 17 points. Remember, he hit the 3. They got it to within 1 at the buzzer at halftime. Now he's got him back in striking distance again. Tony Harris. Too strong. Howell the rebound.
I'm not sure that's the shot they wanted.
Tony saying he was hit on the elbow on the follow-through. No call. Boynton's got 7 assists off the bench in place of Lucas. Here he is around a pick. Kitchens really hammering down there with Hayslip. Inside Howe.
There's that passing again on the interior by Kitchens inside to Rolando Howe.
Tennessee right now is going, uh-oh. 9 straight points by the Gamecocks.
Now he's for the Volunteers, and there's another turnover.
most amazingly can lead if they score. Remember, they were down 10 with 3.5 minutes to play last week to Arkansas and lost. They were down 10 a moment ago, and now with 4 minutes left, still very much have a chance to win. 10 on the shot clock. Point. Trying to leave it for somebody and threw it away to Higgins. Yarbrough, Sands headband. Hayslip, three-pointer. You talk about, I don't know about shots. I'm not sure I want a 6'10 guy taking one from 25.
I want to tell you what, it's Fat Tuesday. I'd give that shot up for Lynn.
They're throwing the beads. We'll take a timeout. 3:27 left.
is made of Land Rover.
Are all wound up as well they should be. Their team was down by 10 points about 4 minutes ago, and now they're within striking distance of leading in the game if they score this trip.
Shot selection has not been very good for Tennessee on their last 2 trips. See if South Carolina can do something about it.
Jamel Bradley with 17 points. He's got the ball. Grant needs some help. Gets it right back with 8 seconds on the shot clock. Jamel Bradley may have to go to work one-on-one and take it himself. Trying to go through a screen, and
Oh, is that a bailout foul? Big rebound by Howell.
Bradley for 3. Got it! They lead now. That was a 4-point trip for Jamel Bradley. Timeout volunteer. Last 3 or 4 minutes. They took some ill-advised shots, and South Carolina put together a 13-0 run. This game was 54-44 with 7:09 remaining in the ballgame. Now with 2:46 left, it is South Carolina by 3.
Pat, one of the things I hear from coaches all year long is shot selection, shot selection, shot selection. Make sure you get good shots. Last 2 Tennessee has taken have not been good.
And now they're going to pick up the defense. Kitchings knocked it away. And a foul. Bob Donato's trying to get a whistle heard. I think it's going to be Tennessee hasn't scored in almost 5 minutes. Welcome back to Frank McGuire Arena. Brad Nessler and Larry Conley. We sat here last Super Tuesday and said, can you believe that South Carolina lost a 10-point lead in the last 3.5 minutes? Can you believe what we've just seen the other way around?
I know, and you know what? South Carolina's three-point shooting, they're the worst shooting three-point team in the Southeastern Conference. In the second half, they are 6 out of 10. They have stuck to 3, and that is what has gotten them back in this game.
And now the crowd with a chant of USC, USC. Not a packed house, but there'll be a lot more people tomorrow morning at the water cooler saying they were here than actually were if they win this game.
2-3 zone now being employed by South Carolina. Eddie Fogler decided to go out the man-to-man. See what Tennessee does to handle it.
Higgins backs inside to Slay. There's the kick out. Yarbrough will try 3. Short. Rebound Howell. Boynton trying to call a play and being harassed by Walker all the way up court and almost turned it over. In fact, he did. He stepped on the sideline.
Boy, that was terrific defensive work down inside by Walker. Walker might have hurt his hand.
2 minutes left in regulation. You're right. He's trying to shake off a jammed finger at least. And he is going to come out. Jerry will bring in Terrence Woods instead. Great hustle.
Well, I'm going to tell you, Harris Walker did a terrific job right there, just keeping the ball alive. Good, of course, Boynton steps on the line.
Good eyes by Tim Higgins as his heel just caught the line. Right over in front of us. No field goals in the last 5.5. Woods will try it fresh off the bench. May have hurried a shot. Bradley shags down the rebound. We're down to 140. South Carolina looking for its 15th win that seemed impossible to come by just about 6 minutes ago. Now they're 90 seconds away from a thrilling come-from-behind victory. Boynton bumped by Woods.
You know what, Boynton was
Only taken 4 free throws all year before those. Slay. He missed it. And Kitchings swatted that thing out of there for the rebound.
Slay tried to alter his shot. He just lost control of it.
Kitchings!
Great pass again. Rolando Howe to Kitchings.
Walker for 3. Rebound underneath. Slay and a chance for a
Big offensive rebound by Slay. Oh, what a good comeback by Ron Slay to be in the position to grab that one on the miss by Walker.
So things quiet down momentarily as Slay will step to the free throw line. He's been a non-factor tonight. That's his first points of the game.
Watch again the miss by Walker. Watch Slay on the left side getting great position to get this rebound.
And on the other end for South Carolina, he's on the bench right now, not happy with the foul that was called on him. He'll be happy, though, in 56 seconds if this lead holds. Slay caps the three-point play. First 3 points of the ball game for Ron. And quickly the foul, and that's not a bad move because Boynton has already missed 2 out of arc in these shots. He missed the second. 5-point game. 2-possession ball game for Tennessee. Almost threw it away. This guy can shoot threes. Got it!
Grinstaff with a big one. Tennessee's going to take a 30.
And it's down to a 2-point game. A little discussion going on.
Tennessee, timeout.
And a timeout with 42.3.
Like I said, South Carolina's got to make it close. Win or lose. Watch again. Grinstaff down in the corner. Tennessee almost lost the basketball right here. Good ball reversal. Grinstaff all by himself. I don't know how you forget a guy that can shoot that well. Defensively, you got to find him.
That's his second three-pointer of the ball game, 1 in each half. You got to almost wonder, and you don't want to shatter a young kid's confidence, Larry, and maybe there's nobody else to go to. Would Eddie Fogler consider having Grant and Bradley handle the ball and not have a true point guard in there? He's not going to. He's got Boynton out there. But you know who they're going to go after right now in the inbound play.
Absolutely. I would find some way to get the ball in Bradley's hands.
Yeah, me too.
Set a screen, find some way to let him work off a screen to get him the ball.
Boynton will be the inbound man, so he'll trigger it. And that's a smart move in keeping it out of his hands from the get-go. But it may come right back to him. You never know. And Grant will bring it up. The senior playing his final game on this floor. He is a good free throw shooter, or at least pretty consistent. 30 seconds left in the game. 20 on the shot clock in the left corner of your screen. Here's Bradley. That guy we know can shoot free throws. Tennessee's aware of that as well. 7-second difference. Game shot. Game clock and shot clock. Bradley all the way down the lane. Tennessee's got a chance. 2 to tie, 3 to win. Walker knocked out of bounds. Whose ball? The officials are going to have a committee meeting. Andre Patillo says Tennessee basketball.
Tennessee has no timeouts. They have to continue play.
5.5 left in the game. Maybe more than 5.5. Maybe 5 minutes and 5.5 left.
Who's going to be the trigger? Higgins is going to trigger.
Boynton will call a timeout. South Carolina wants to set up a defense.
Eddie Fogler's decided he knows what he wants to do defensively, and he's going to tell his club right now, probably not a bad move. Even though Tennessee had no more timeouts.
Have we had an SEC game in the last month, you and I, that hasn't come down to something like this?
It's been great.
We're living right.
I know.
It's that clean living.
Well, I don't know about that, but we're living.
So the SEC with 2 6 and 8 clubs here and represented in the top 25 by Florida, Ole Miss, Kentucky, Alabama, and this Tennessee team. And now will Tennessee win its 20th? Will they find a way to put a miracle up here in the last 5 seconds? Or will we go to overtime, or will South Carolina pull one of the great 7-minute comebacks of the season? That's what we'll find out in the next 5 seconds. And everybody in the arena Except Larry and I on their feet. Gotta hurry. They throw it away.
What an improbable play.
South Carolina called a timeout to set up a defense. I don't know if that's what Eddie Vogler had planned, but something worked.
This pass was just not catchable. South Carolina did a nice job of shutting down the inside, so they had to go to the outside with it. Higgins lobs it up there. It's just an uncatchable pass.
And Walker, trying desperately to save it, goes right over the Tennessee bench. And now Jerry Green is saying, I don't care who you foul, foul somebody and foul him fast.
Brad, you know what you do now? You run a guy out. You sprint him to the other end and throw the ball long and just let him catch it. And even if Tennessee intercepts it, they don't have enough time to turn around and get a good shot
point.
Going the other way.
That's a good point. Bradley might be that sprinter. He's got Higgins on him, but he looks like he's heading that way. Now he'll come back toward the ball. Grant's got to lob it. Petrovicius, they foul him immediately, and this might be intentional. I don't know. Nope, guess not. Eddie thought so.
And Tim Higgins is shaking his head no.
Marius Petrovicius is 2 of 3 from the free throw line tonight. He's the guy that caught the inbounds play and got run over.
I think that's legitimate. He was going for the ball.
Oops. They just keep leaving the door open.
Watch Eddie Vogler react. He says, with palms uplifted to the heavens, are you sure?
Well, Petrovicius came
Look at that look.
Petrovicius came in shooting 69% from the free throw line. Tonight, 50. This one would force a three-point shot by Tennessee to force overtime. If he misses it, they could actually win this thing. He got the second.
Now Tennessee's got to go to a 3.
Tony Harris is not on the floor.
Find your three-point shooters if you're South Carolina.
Walker might be the guy to take it if he can get it across midcourt. Wait a minute.
You know what?
Foul.
That's a good foul.
That is
they
a good
had
foul.
5 team fouls. That will be the 6th, and Tennessee will have to take it out again.
They have to take it out of bounds.
Good, smart coaching ploy right there by Eddie Vogler. Now he's telling his defense to pack it back in, then come out and guard. You foul again?
I was thinking, why not foul again, send him the line for one?
Sure.
I guess they always can hit one, try to miss, and tip it in, but do you give him the three-point shot? I don't.
Guard beyond the line. Don't worry about inside.
Pass into Woods at the buzzer for the tie. He got it! Oh, my goodness. What a shot. You don't give him the 3. And Woods has sent it to overtime.
Came off of the screen wide open.
Wow. Terrence Woods, 41st three-pointer of the year, is the biggest of the year.
Watch the screen and watch how Woods comes off of it right there. He comes right off the screen, and just as he turns, looks, nobody there, nothing but net.
That's about a 26-foot shot, too.
Boy, that is a big basket for Tennessee. Think about this, not only for this game, but perhaps for the season.
You got to be kidding me.
Oh,
Well,
that is gigantic.
We're going overtime. Oh, boy. 63-63. We'll be back. How do you turn a wacky, strange game into something special? Try Terrence Woods.
Here he comes again off of that screen. You can see Bradley chasing him right there. Watch the reaction of that bench. That might be a season's worth of frustration right there, being unleashed.
That was something. So now we're set to play 5 more. Bob Donato will toss it. And Tony Harris back in there will control it. Slay down low. He walked. Tennessee's been down this road before. In fact, all on the road. 2 OTs, 2 OTs, and a regular overtime, and they've lost 2 of them. South Carolina's opening possession of the extra stanza. Bradley, the leading scorer. Foul down low against Victor. In the paint. Good move. Drew a foul. And Victor's got 4.
Right, I was noticing right there, Rolando Howell, when he turned to go into the lane, kind of looked over his shoulder a little bit and saw Slay moving on the baseline. Look at that. Now watch him look over his shoulder. Now you see Slay going the other way. Now he turns and goes into the middle instead of turning and going into the double team. Smart move right there by Howell.
And free throws would have won this game in regulation for South Carolina had they hit them. Last year they were 11th in the conference in free throw shooting. They're better this year, but they're only 16 of 29 tonight. And make it 16 of 30. Can't miss free throws in tight games and ever expect to win. Slay working against Howell. Grant cuts off Higgins. And 10 on the shot clock. A minute into overtime. Harris got his man in the air. Higgins way out for 3. Got it.
Oh, my goodness. I'm going to tell you what, these last 2 threes Tennessee's made, they're beyond the NBA line.
All of Higgins scoring tonight from out there. He's hit 4 threes. And we ask the magical question, why doesn't he shoot more? We've been asking it all year.
Tennessee now 11 of 20 from three-point range. Go back and take a look again. I mean, this is way out there. I mean, that's got to be at least 8 feet beyond the three-point line.
It's about as far back as Woods' was to send it to OT. Now Kitchings at the free throw line. South Carolina's killing themselves right now from the strike.
It's a difference in the game. They'd be out here with a W right now if they'd made their free throws down the stretch.
You're right. There's the story. 10 of 23, sub 50 in the second half and overtime. And they missed another one. Michigan State and Wisconsin following us in the Big Ten. We can only hope it'll be as good as this one's been for you. Super Tuesday. And push foul on Howell. And Howell's got 4.
Victor was trying to maneuver down inside. He couldn't go anywhere because Howell had an elbow on him. Watch this again. Now watch the defensive work of Howell right here. 55. See that left elbow?
Fouls are going to become a factor too now. Victor's got 4. As does Howell. Isaiah Victor misses the front of a free throw opportunity, and it remains a 3-point Tennessee lead. 3:25 left in overtime. Bradley leads it for Howell. Almost blocked with it.
I thought he did.
Bradley this time leaves it for Kitchings. Big Tony. Couldn't hit the free throws, but he hit those. 1-point game.
Caught a high percentage shot.
Yeah. 3 to go in OT. Yarbrough. Whoops. Gotta watch out.
Gotta be careful.
He picks up his 3rd.
Actually knocked Bradley's hearing aids off. He hit him so hard. That'll be the proper call. Well, Bradley's had a good game tonight, Brad.
Yes, he has. 23 points. See if he's the guy that'll maybe take one here. If they can free him up. Higgins is a good defensive player. Nice look to Howell. He got mugged by Victor. And that's it for Victor. Isaiah is gone.
Got his money's worth.
Yeah, he did.
Watch again, Isaiah Victor right here, number 14. He'll come across, pushes out of the way. He's not going to allow the basket.
Well, Victor fouls out with 8 points and 10 rebounds.
Now who does Jerry Green go with? He's going to go with Haislip.
Entering for Tennessee, number 12, Marcus Houston.
There's the brain trust on the Tennessee bench. Ed Pauley and Chris Ferguson. Alan Samuels over there. Meanwhile, the struggling free throw shooting of Rolando Howell's come into play. He's missed 4 straight. He ripped that one, though.
South Carolina now 1 of 5 in overtime at the free throw line.
We're tied at 66. Victor's gone. Hathaway and Slay each have 4. He got the roll on the second one. And all of a sudden, South Carolina leads. What a crazy game.
Been fun.
Sure has been. One OT may not be enough. Who knows?
I think we did this last spring, didn't we?
We hit 3 of those, didn't we?
Yep.
Slay. Nice move. Followed by Yarbrough.
Oh, that's a great offensive rebound. That's what you do. When your teammate goes up and shoots, always follow up. You never know. Slay was there. Yarbrough made a terrific play.
Hitchens got 13. Puts Tennessee back in front. We got 1:40 to play in overtime. Michigan State, Wisconsin after us. Kitchings. Double team. Try to give it up. Threw it away.
See what Tennessee does on offense this time. A little more patience.
With a 1-point lead. 80 seconds left in overtime. It was Woods who sent it to overtime for Tennessee with a 3-pointer. Harris on a runner. Missed in the paint. Bradley comes out of the pack. 2-on-1. Nice job by Higgins. Stole it from him.
What a play that time by Higgins. John Higgins was probably the defensive play of the night. Looked like Bradley was going for a layup, and he took it right out of his lap.
How in the world did he do that? Higgins, who's hit 4 huge 3-pointers. And as Larry said, that defensive gem right there kept them in front. Now they'll hold the ball. 14 on the shot clock in the corner of your screen to the left. You see the game clock. He's going to hit 30 right now. Higgins, nice spin in the paint. Threw it away. Trying to throw it to a trailer. I think he thought Haislip was going to make a move to the hoop, and he threw it out of bounds.
Now South Carolina's got a chance to grab the lead.
And they can try to do it at the buzzer. Eddie Fogler says, get in the front court, let's take a timeout. They do. 21 seconds left in overtime. Timeout, South Carolina. They can play for the win. We'll find out if they get it. We're in overtime in Columbia. Tennessee by 1 with 21 left in overtime. By 1, courtesy of some great offensive follows by Yarbrough.
You bet. Watch it right here. Now watch Ron Slay operate. When he turns to look at the basket, I want you to notice something right here. Look at this guy. That's Isaiah Victor out on the floor. Yarbrough, I'm sorry. Now watch Yarbrough make his maneuver down inside, going down the lane and follow that up. Yarbrough with a terrific offensive rebound. He came all the way from outside to get that.
Nobody's got a full timeout, each with a 30. Possession arrow is South Carolina's. The ball is South Carolina's. The lead is Tennessee's. And on the floor will be David Ross, Antonio Grant, Rolando Howell, Michael Boynton, and Jamel Bradley, who's the guy that I would want to see touch it somehow in this offensive set with 21 seconds left in OT. Michigan State and Wisconsin following us. And it'll be Ross to inbound. They run Bradley way into the backcourt. They wanted to get it to him. They get it to Grant instead. And he looks for Jamel, who might be the guy that tries to win the ball game, but he's got a great defender in John Higgins on it. Looking for a pitch. Got a crossover dribble. Inside 10. Inside the lane. Blocked by Hathaway. Big Charles with a huge block.
They got a jump ball.
If they do, it's South Carolina.
It's South Carolina's ball.
It is.
You know, Brad, that's one of those situations. If you've got the ball down underneath, get it out of there. Don't hold it. It's a great block by Hathaway. I mean, a terrific block.
And we got a timeout. 6.3 left in OT. We'll be right back. Don't go away. We talked about Tennessee leading the Southeastern Conference in block shots. That one by Hathaway was the 7th of the night. It was the biggest of the night, but with the held ball, we talked about the all-important possession arrow. Sometimes you forget about that, and Carolina with a chance to win. Then Higgins will come to the scorer's table. And I'm not quite sure what the conversation is. Well, one thing, they should change that possession arrow now. They're still going to go in South Carolina's way. I just noticed that.
I think this has something to do with the substitution. Did anybody come in during the timeout?
Kitchings, I don't believe, was on the floor before. Ross was, I think. That might have been the difference. Tennessee, I'm not sure. We'll find out in a second. Nothing like adding to the drama.
I'm not really sure what that was all about. Anyway, we got 6.3 seconds left.
Yeah, they're still discussing something. The substitution issue is about all we know, and we would love to give you more details. We just don't have them. Michigan State, Wisconsin. Don't forget the Big Ten, a big game coming up. Maybe 6.3 seconds from now. Here we go. 6 seconds left. Home team down by 1. Boynton to inbound. The lob. Kitchings couldn't handle it. Still loose. Howe's got a shot at the buzzer. He missed it. And it's stolen by Boynton, but it's all over, and Tennessee survived in overtime. Tennessee survives South Carolina somehow. Great game. Went to OT. They got a look, but it wasn't good enough. Not the one they wanted. They wanted Kitchings on an inbound play. He just couldn't handle it. That's going to wrap it up from Columbia. Final score, Tennessee 68, South Carolina 67. For Larry Conley and our ESPN crew, I'm Brad Nessler. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. Michigan State and Wisconsin next. Dave and Quinn are standing by, guys.